Сегодня обед, я и зелень нету, да? Так, все, запись пошла. Сегодня обед, я и зелень нету, да? Так, все, запись пошла. Сегодня обед, я и зелень нету, да? Can you see my screen? Так, все, запись пошла. Сегодня обед, я и зелень нету, да? Минуту, как тут отключить аудио? Can you see my screen? Так, все, запись пошла. Сегодня обед, я и зелень нету, да? Минуту, как тут отключить аудио? Can you see my screen? Так, все, запись пошла. Сегодня обед, я и зелень нету, да? Минуту, как тут отключить аудио? Can you see my screen? Так, все, запись пошла. Сегодня обед, я и зелень нету, да? Минуту, как тут отключить аудио? Can you see my screen? Так, все, запись пошла. Сегодня обед, я и зелень нету, да? Минуту, как тут отключить аудио? Так, готово. Надеюсь, наверное, меня слышно. Видно мой экран?
Yes.
Да, супер. Так, мы смотрели с вами вот этот из Wired, да? Я вам этот отправляла, другой я отправила. Вот этот мы смотрели?
Да.
Yes.
Who's behind us at the ATM machine. We know from the research that most of us select our mates based on nonverbal. So we may think we're very sophisticated, but in fact, we are never in a state where we're not transmitting information. There's a lot of myths out there. The ones that stand out is if you cross your arms, that it's a blocking behavior. That's just nonsense.
So if you cross your arms, it means?
Blocking behavior.
Uh-huh.
Even when you don't like the person that is in front of you, this isn't to block them out. It's actually to self-soothe. Because in essence, it's a self-hug.
It's self-soothe because it, in essence, естественно, да, it is a self-hug. Yeah?
Yes.
Hug?
Yes.
You know what's a self-hug, yeah?
You're sitting at a movie and you're watching, you're going to cross your arms. You're waiting for somebody, you tend to do this. What's interesting...
So we are crossing when? When we are watching video, when waiting, or waiting somebody, yeah?
Yes.
is we do this behavior more in public than in private. The other one that really stands out is as we think about something, we may look in a certain way as we...
So mostly we cross, this is a blocking behavior, we will show mostly in public, not in private, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so looking in certain way.
process the information, we may look in another way. It's certainly not indicative of deception, and it really shouldn't be used that way. All we can say is the person is processing the information. The other misconceptions are that if the person clears their throat...
Processing information. This person is thinking, yeah? Processing information. Misconception это означает неправильное восприятие, да? Мы неправильно понимаем, misconception.
touches their nose or covers their mouth, they're lying. We do the...
When people are lying, what's the signs of lying?
We're touching our
Touch the
throat.
nose and cover.
Cover the mouth, touch the nose, or clear the throat, right?
These
Yes.
behaviors as self-soothers. They're
Self-soothers. How do you understand it? What it means, self-soothers?
Самообман.
Self-soothers, right? Did you check this one? The meaning of this one?
No.
No.
Self-soothers. Успокоение, да? Самоуспокоение. Self-soothers. Успокаиваться, да? Вот такое. Self-soothe. Yeah? Okay, next one.
pacifying behaviors. Science
Pacifying это означает вот успокоительный, да, behavior.
scientifically and empirically, there's just no Pinocchio effect. And people who prattle that and say, well, we can detect deception because the person touches their nose or covers.
So look at the word deception. It's clear for you, the word deception. So he repeat this word 2 or 3 times. Deception. You see this word?
It's like fake or
Yeah. Это как lie, да? Синоним из
Lie,
word
yes.
lie. Да, обман, ложь, да, мы называем. So, deception.
Their mouths. That's just sheer nonsense. We humans are lousy at detecting deception.
Lousy at detecting deception. What's mean the word lousy? How do you understand it? Lousy. It means it's synonymous with like a bad. We are so bad at detecting deception. Yeah? Это паршивый, плохой, отвратительный. Lousy. You see? We humans are lousy at detecting deception. Detecting, определять, да? Deception это
Deception.
Ага,
Lie.
deception, lie. Да, ложь, обман, да.
Espionage work is often nowhere near what we see in movies. And in one of the cases, we had information from another country saying, you have an American we think is actually a mole who somehow entered the United States, is able to pass as an American, but he's here working for a hostile intelligence service. And just fortuitously, he was videographed coming out of a flower shop. We're looking at the video, and everybody in our small unit, we were saying, well, there's not much there. You know, he's coming out of the shop, getting in his car. And I said, stop the film right there. Just as he came out of the shop, he took the flowers, and most Americans tend to hold the flowers by the stalk so that the flowers are up. This individual took them and grabbed the stalk and then held the flowers so that they were facing down. And I said, that's how they carry flowers in Eastern Europe. Rather than confront him about...
So here, this is also cultural difference, yeah? He's talking about the flowers. What do you understand from here?
They were filming flower shop, and they saw some American men came and grabbed flowers upside down. They understood that he's spy.
Okay, so here we want to say that, so if the person takes the flowers upright, yeah, so this is a sign of if the person takes them down, it's Eastern Europe, he said about, yeah, in Eastern Europe, right? So,
It's like how to carry
Are you
flowers
a
in
spy?
different cultures.
Yeah, that confront him about you are spy. Then, rather than confront him, confront. You know the meaning of this word? Confront.
Спалил?
Ага. So it means сталкиваться, бороться, да? Это сильное слово как fighting, да? Да, in Eastern Europe, rather than confront him about you a spy. Типа сталкивается или там противодействует то, что типа ты шпион, да, получается, spy.
I decided to do what's called a presumptive. So as I said...
Presumptive, это означает presumption, это больше такое, как это называется, предположение, да?
There with him, I said, would you like to know how we know? And he had this look on his face, and I said, it was the flowers. And then he confessed. When I came into law enforcement, I thought it was all about the confession.
Law enforcement. It's clear for you, the word law enforcement. Do you remember last lesson we learned about law, right? Law enforcement. It's clear for you. What's the meaning of this word? So here.
Procrastination isn't your fault.
know how we know. And he had this look on his face, and I said it was the flowers. And then he confessed. When I came into law enforcement, I thought it was
Law enforcement. Переводится это... А?
Типа такое более густое население.
Нет, law — это закон, да? Enforcement — это правоохранительное. Вместе это переводится правоохранительные органы.
Мгм.
Ну, это в нашем случае правоохранительный орган, типа как полиция, да? Law enforcement. You see? Правоохранительные органы. Law enforcement. Зафиксировали?
Yes.
all about the confession.
Confession. Обратите внимание, это знакомо для вас слово? Confess, confession. Confess — это у нас как глагол, confession — это существительное. Confession. Да, это больше раскаяние, покаяние, исповедь, да, вот такое переводится, признание, да, confession. Confession. Confess — это раскаяться, признаться или исповедоваться. Did you write?
Yes.
It's really about FaceTime. In my 25 years in the FBI, it was a rarity that a person didn't eventually reveal what I needed to know, because we would sit down and have these very lengthy conversations. I look at behaviors to do an assessment. What is this person transmitting in relations to
Transmitting — это транслировать, да? Transmitting.
any stimuli? My further questioning comes from my observing these behaviors. The first thing I look at is I look at the hair. Does it look healthy? Does it look well-groomed? The forehead is very interesting because a lot of times we reveal stress. A lot of the
So, from the forehead we can
Describe.
reveal. Reveal — это раскрыть, да, больше? Раскрыть больше стресса, да?
things that we have gone through life are often etched in the forehead. I look at the eyes to see if they're red or not enough sleep. This small area here between the eyes called the glabella, it's one of the first areas that reveals information to us. Most often when we don't like something, we do that bunny nose of I don't like. We don't really know what our lips look like. And we tend to compress them when something bothers us, when something
Compress, yeah? We compress our lies when we compress.
Мы недовольны?
When we compress the lips, it means when something bothers us, когда что-то тревожит нас, да?
really bothers us, we tend to suck them in, the mandibula, and look at the cheeks. We may do something like this. We'll rub our tongue against the inside of the cheek. But when we try to hide it, then it tells me that this person is trying to do some perception management. And if they are, I want to know why.
Perception management — это управление восприятием. If you do like this, it means like you are doing perception management. Perception — восприятие.
At the neck, I want to see if there's any head tilt, because head tilt, the person is more relaxed. The minute the head tilt goes away, there's usually some issue. I'm looking at the shoulders. You ask somebody a question and they don't know, both shoulders shoot up very quickly. And then I look at the hands. When something's troubling us, we tend to stiffen our fingers, interlace them, and almost like a teepee, we
What tells about the hands?
When we're stressed.
Yeah, when we're stressed, we will put like this, yeah?
move our hands back and forth very slowly. This is to be differentiated from when we do the steeple, which we do in this position. When something's at issue, we tend to put our hands on our hips and we become very territorial. This is called arm.
This means
We're trying to show our territorial.
arms akimbo. But look how it changes when we put our thumbs forward, and then it becomes one of more of I'm inquisitive. But I also look for any behaviors of ventilating, because men tend to ventilate at the neck, and we do at the very instant something bothers us. And then I look at the legs to see if there's any brushing of the legs with the hands, which is, again, to pacify. And then the feet. Do I see any behaviors such as wiggling of the feet, kicking of the feet? If I ask a question and all of a sudden the feet withdraw and are crossed, perhaps the person feels a little threatened by that question. So when we study nonverbals, it's not about making judgments. It's about assessing what is this person transmitting in that moment. It really is looking at an individual and saying, what are they transmitting? We're all transmitting at all times. We choose the clothes that we wear, how we groom ourselves, how we dress, but also how do we carry ourselves? Are we coming to the office on this particular day with a lot of energy, or are we coming in with a different sort of pace? And what we look for are differences in behavior down to the minutia of what is this individual's posture as they're.
Обратите внимание на слово minutia. You see? We look at the differences in behavior.
The minutia.
Minutia.
Манипуляции? Манипуляции?
No. So there are several meanings, first of all. So minutia, it means if we add here minutia, like a minutiae, там в конце, если и добавить, это означает маленькие детали. Minutia. You see? Это маленькие детали.
Of what is this individual's posture as they're walking down the street? Are they on the inside of the sidewalk, on the outside? Can we see his blink rate? Can we see how often he's looking at his watch? I know your blink rate is around eight times a minute, but you don't know that. You're not sitting there counting. All these things factor in because they're transmitting information. Now it's up to us to then use that information to say, okay, we need to marshal resources to be on that individual right now. So in most Western cultures, the first time people touch is when they shake hands. Touching becomes that important because we can always remember a time when we shook hands with someone and we didn't like that. It's also the first time when our bodies release these bonding chemicals that say, I like this person or I don't like this person. So
What we can learn from shaking hands.
It's like, does we like this person or I don't like this?
So here, our body shows the bonding chemicals, yeah?
Yes.
Bond — это у нас связь, да?
handshaking is both necessary and essential in most cultures. All right.
Pigeons are supposed to be like dirty birds. Nobody actually ever, got them as a pet.
Ladies, hi, I'm Joe Navarro.
Joe, I'm Laura.
Laura, how are you? And you are? Khadija, how are you? Okay. Let me ask you this. Let's back up a little bit. Is this comfortable for you?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a little bit more comfortable. But it's not for you, is it?
Nope.
All right. Thank you. All right. So keep talking. What we've done here is we've talked about the importance of space and comfort. They don't realize is how much further apart they are now standing. And it's because we have brought this subject up to make them comfortable about saying, hey, it's okay to be comfortable at your perfect distance. And so now we see when they rock away from each other and they create this space. If you notice, their feet tend to move around more. There's a dynamic going on here where they're kind of trying to find, well, what is the perfect space? What is the perfect distance? And we know that they're unsettled because of the high degree of movement that's going on.
What says the space and comfort?
Yes, important of space and comfort.
So what type of body language says that you need more distance and more comfort?
Like also when your feet tend to move around.
Got it.
Yeah.
Aidana, please be active. Join to discussions.
Turn it.
Poker is an interesting game. The similitudes of sitting across from a spy or sitting across from players, it's their reactions to a stimulus. We have behaviors indicative of psychological discomfort that we use at home, at work, or at the poker table. So we're going to take a look at poker players and some of the body language that you'll find at a typical poker game. So we'll pause it right there. So one of the things that you first notice is that when a table is called, this is the first time many of them see each other. This is a great opportunity to be looking for behaviors indicative of discomfort. We're going to see the individual shifting in his chair. We're going to see one individual reaching over and grabbing his shoulder. The woman in this case, her shoulders are rather high. And this is a great opportunity, even before the game starts, to collect poker intelligence.
All right, guys. Button is good.
Button is good. Let's do
So we'll stop right there. Look where their hands are at. Here we're looking at player number 2 and number 3, and we notice right away that their hands are on top of the cards. Some players will cage their cards, some players will put their hands directly
Cage – это вот такое, клетка, да, они вот так закрывают, да?
on top and press them down. And they may do that because the cards have now increased in value. Player number 1 tends to keep his hands very close to his body.
Increased in value. How do you understand? Increase in value. Типа, да, увеличится ценности, да? Назирке, please be active.
Body. Player number 4, she's actually withdrawn her hands from the table because when we like things, we tend to move our hands forward. When we don't like things, we tend to move the hands away.
These guys are my cards.
What he said about the woman, about your body language. Nazirke? Nazirke, are you here?
Yes.
How did he describe the woman's behavior?
She moved her hands closer. It means she like it. But if she tend to move your hand away, it means we don't like something.
So as we look at player number 3, I'm often asked about players who shuffle their chips. What you're really doing is self-soothing, and this just helps.
Self-soothing, what does it mean when you are shaking these things, Aidana?
Helps you to make it through the game, and that's really all we're looking for.
Oh, come on. Nice.
Okay, so we'll stop right there. Player number 5 is sitting there, arms crossed. You don't see a lot of activity. That doesn't mean he's not transmitting a lot of information. On down the line, I want to see where those thumbs of his are, because he holds them very close when nothing's going on. But does that change as the game evolves? If you're looking at nonverbals, it's often useful to look at them at double the speed, because all the nonverbals that are critical jump out at you as though it were a caricature. All right, so stop right there. The woman in position number 4, you see her head moving around quite a bit. Player number 3, you see a lot of activity with his hands. When we look at player number 5, now his hands are fully out. This is as far as we've seen them before. At this point, we know that he's engaged and that he's interested.
What does it mean about player number 5? Player number 5, Jean-Jean?
Is interested and concentrated on a game when your hand staying in one position.
Now the game is out in the open. 75 to 80% of the information we need is sitting out there. What you often see is everybody's looking at their own cards or looking at the community cards rather than looking around. You should be looking around to see, well, what was the reaction, because you're going to see that reaction again. You know, in poker, we used to say that you can have a poker face, but I countered you can't have a poker body. Somewhere it's going to be revealed. When I was in college in the early 70s, there were really no courses on nonverbal.
What he suggests about poker face, what he suggests about poker effect, what do you understand from here? Aidana?
Like poker face when you don't show any reaction, but he thinks that there is no poker body.
Yeah, so you need to just don't show your body.
Communications. You quickly realize that to a great extent, it's really about what you can interpret from behavior. And so we talk about nonverbals because it matters, because it has gravitas, because it affects how we communicate with each other. When it comes to nonverbals, this is no small matter. We primarily communicate nonverbally, and we always will.
This is a very small part of this video. Okay, do you think it's important everyone to know about body language?
No.
No?
Yes.
I think no, but it have a lot of benefit for you.
I think it's important when you're talking in real life to other people think you're important person, no person.
Okay, if you watch the video, there is some kind of like a list of terms, yeah, like a non-verbal communication. How do you understand that? Or body language, self-soothing behavior, interlaced fingers, arms akimbo, perception management. How do you understand it?
No verbal communication, it's when you communicate with your body without the words. It's something psychology.
Okay, how do you understand self-soothing behavior? Aidana? How
It's
you-
like when the person tried to how to say comfort themselves.
Pacify, make it calm, yeah? What's mean interlaced fingers, Ashar?
I think it's like when your fingers
Yeah,
like
interlaced, yeah?
connect with like
So, what does it mean when your interlaced fingers? What does it mean?
like when you
Yeah, what's mean that interlaced fingers? Huh?
maybe you're joining your fingers.
Yeah, but what we understand from interlaced fingers? Do you know?
It's like when you're interested in this.
You think that interesting. Okay. What's mean the word perception management? He talked about it. How you understand it? Ran.
How?
Perception management.
Which one?
Perception management.
Восприятие.
Do you know how we identify it? No? Do you remember?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. What's mean the territorial behavior? Nazike?
When you show your territories and
How our body language showing that it's a territorial behavior?
When your like feet tend to move around.
Okay, got it. So we have watched the video with subtitles, right? So we write down maybe some words, yeah? Let's answer the questions. What does a folding arms typically indicate? This one, folding arms. What does indicate? What does it
Folding,
mean?
it's crossing is.
Folding, just folding arms. What does it indicate?
when we don't know some information or we don't confuse it.
Okay, what does mean interlaced fingers?
This
Interlaced, yeah.
when we're stressed or we're feeling uncomfort.
Okay, what's the significance arms akimbo? It's clear for you, no?
I
Arms.
understand what is this, but this Kimbo, I didn't understand what this is.
Got
It's
it.
like maybe confidence
To
show you.
Yeah, can poker player completely hide their body language?
I think not completely.
No, completely. Okay, before we start the speaking, I want to pay attention for this one. Non-verbal communication, it means communicating without words, just gestures, facial expressions, yeah? For example, you don't have to say anything. Your non-verbal communication says it all, yeah? So, body language, it's that we use our bodies to express thoughts, feelings, and attitudes, yeah? Her body language shows that she is nervous or even though she smiled. Yeah. So self-soothing behavior, actions people do unconsciously to comfort themselves when they are stressed, anxious, or uncomfortable. Rubbing hands together, touching the neck, or stroking one's arm. Yeah, this means self-soothing behaviors that we are self-hugging or we are pacifying us, right? Yeah, calming, успокаивающе. Yeah. So interlaced fingers, like this one. Yeah. So it's a often sign of stress, frustration, or needing comfort. Типа frustration, человек в таком разочаровании, да, в боли, needing comfort. When I ask the hard question, she interlaced the fingers and stayed silent. It means that she's stressed. Yeah. So, yeah, arms akimbo, it stands with a hand on hips like this. Yeah, elbows point outward. It's a signal of confidence, authority, or sometimes irritation. Yeah, the teacher stood like this with arms akimbo, waiting for silence. Yeah, it's like a power pose. Yeah, you're showing like this, like I'm the like a thumb. Yeah. Perception management, it's an attempt to control, influence how others see you. It's an attempt, попытка, да, контролировать или влиять, как другие люди влияют, смотрят на тебя. Poker players use the perception management to hide their feelings. You see? Territorial behavior is actions that claim space that you own, yeah? He spread his arms and belongs across the table. A clear territorial move. Yeah, like he put like this. Yeah, it means like this is mine, right? Or you put something like this and you say this is in mine, this is a territorial. Limbic system, this is a part of the brain involved in emotion and behavior responsible for instinctive reactions. Joe Navarro emphasized that body language is mostly limbic driving. So unconscious and emotional. Получается, большинство наше язык тела это более лимбический. Лимбический это когда больше на инстинкт, да, отвечает наш мозг. И это unconscious это подсознательно и emotional, эмоционально. Yeah? Our limbic system makes us react physically before we can think logically. Yeah? For example, you are going in a dark street and you hear some kind of voice. You're starting looking like that. Yeah? So this is your limbic reaction. You see? Yeah? Okay, micro expressions, it means very fast, involuntary facial expressions that reveal true emotions. He smiled, but his micro expressions showed anger for a split second. Like a, yeah. He smiled, but he's showing that he's angry. You see? Okay, and the poker face, blank emotions expression means hide one's feeling, poker face. Yeah? Even he was excited, he kept poker face. So this is a thing about from today's lesson. Yeah. So let's try to match the meaning. Nonverbal communication. It's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Which one is it? Nonverbal communication. Looking at the variants. A variant, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, I, J.
Message expresses without speaking through body movement or facial expressions.
Well, the first is C, right?
Yeah.
Okay, body language. Aidana.
I didn't understand this task.
So this is a term that we already read and understand. You need to match with the variants A, B, C, D, E. You see, there are a lot of variants next to them. You need to match them, their definition. This is a term, this is a definition, you see? Body language.
Body language is three body movements or gestures that express thoughts or feelings.
Yeah, gestures. We pronounce like gestures, yeah? Жесты. Self-soothing behavior, Назирке?
It's a behavior used to make yourself feel better in stressful moments.
Okay. Interlaced fingers, Ajar.
F, a position where fingers are laced together, often signaling tension.
Да, tension. Что такое tension?
When, like,
Напряжение, да?
да.
Напряжение. Хорошо. Arms akimbo. Жан-Жан.
Hands on hips with elbow out may signal confidence or control.
Okay. Perception management. Aidana. Perception management.
Maybe trying to control what others think of you.
Yeah. Trying to control what others think. Okay. Territorial behavior.
It's a way to sitting or standing that signal place is ownership.
Okay. Next one. Territorial behavior. Ажар?
айтқан жоқпын.
Я
А,
же
уже...
сказала.
sorry. Limbic system.
Limbic system. D. The unconscious emotional center of the brain.
Мгм. Ага, next one, micro-expression. Who
H.
did not? Okay, and poker face?
D.
Мгм. Так, okay, next one. We are going to just, how to say, switch on your cameras and find out other people's body language and try to reveal what their true feelings, yeah? And how you can understand body language and useful in daily life. How you can understand. Is it useful if you know the body language? Yeah. And when body language helped you understand the situation better? And do you think the professions where reading body language is crucial? Crucial is a synonym of the word important. Do you think it's important to read the body language?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe for interest, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can
Oh.
tell an example.
Mm-hmm.
We had a psychology in my school before, and we have seen one video where one professional man
Mm-hmm.
are trying to find who took diamond.
Mm-hmm.
So he took woman's hand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! First, he asked their names, names of everybody, and when he took his arm and did like this to and move around, другие человеки, короче, наблюдали, и он смотрел за всеми, и его реакция одного человека, реакция поменялась, когда он когда он пошел в другую сторону, и он понял, что он спрятал эти diamond.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think also like body language is affect to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I have like not experiment. I think all the people has same story. Like when you talk about very interesting story and the other people doesn't listen you and crossing the arms and look the other way and something like this, and after that you start like I think my story isn't interesting for this person.
So in
And
that
also
way
I
you
think
understand, yeah?
yeah, it's very good, but I saw many videos about body language in TikTok, and I think this psychology system is maybe interesting to discover like a problem and something like this, and I think it's very important for like attorney and something like this to find out suspicious and something like this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Do you think that reading the body language is a important profession?
I think yes, for example, for criminal job, for example, you can be a psychology criminal. You can be criminal psychology to find out suspicious with body language.
Mm.
For example, I saw like I saw in TikTok a part of this film. I don't know the name of film. It's in Netflix about teenager and детектив боло берет ода алынша.
Detective, yeah.
And he's teenager and he has like a problem with this переходной возраст қалай болады?
Adolescence.
Yeah. How?
Adolescence. От слова
Yeah,
adult.
he has adolescence and a problem
Или
with
transition
his
period деп айтсақ болады. Transition period.
with his problem from childhood with his family, something like this, and he was built from school, something like this. But I saw in TikTok, and and he he did something very terrible thing, and after that he went to the police and was psychology, and the detective was discovered a lot of things about this guy, and yeah, с помощью it
With help?
with help body language. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, what do you think, Nazirke? Can you think that body language is useful in daily life, even you are not like a detective or a criminal psychologist? Do you think that do you need to know that?
I want to know that because I think it's good for when you see people in first time. You know something about the psychology, how he's calm or emotion person. And I also think this skills is good for person who work some works like police or security because it's good for now who is stole something or lying.
Got it. So, Aidana, what's your point of view?
I don't think that it's so important to know body language, but it's better to know because with that knowledge, people can analyze the others' expression and opinion about some situations.
Would you like to know more better about reading body language?
Not about all body language, but maybe part of maybe the main part of body language.
I don't think it's important to know about the body language, but I think it's good for you and it's so interesting.
Just interesting for you, right? Without any things. Okay. So now one more test here regarding to the video. What is a non-verbal communications? Again, it's a speaking very quietly, using body of face communicate without words, or talking on phone, or writing an email.
B, using body or face to communicate without
Okay.
words.
Question number 2. So this is question comes to the, I want to ask you, Ajar. Jan, if someone interlaces their fingers tightly, it tightly, жестко, да, вот так, it usually means what? They're bored, they're relaxed, they're tense, or they're confident. Jan? That's question number 2. Jan, are you here? Are you with me?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Number 2, if someone interlaces their fingers tightly, вот так, прям жестко, it usually means what? They're bored, they're relaxed, they're intense, or they're confident.
They're nervous.
Yeah, right. Arms akimbo, Aidana, means what? Sitting with arms crossed, or holding arms straight down, or putting hands on hips, or waving your arms. What does it mean? Huh?
Put your hands on hips.
Okay, number C, right? Poker face. Ajar. A, C, D.
To hide true emotions.
Yeah, right. Number 5, Nazirke. Which term describes behavior like rubbing your hands or touching your neck or when nervous? Mm-hmm. It's a micro-expression, perception management, self-soothing, or territorial behavior.
I think it's C, self-smoothing behavior.
Okay, got it. Which brain system controls emotional body language? Skeletal, digestive, limbic, or nervous system? Which brain system controls emotional body language?
Limbic.
Limbic system. Got it. Okay, let's just now switch on your cameras and you will work, you will see the people. One person show their, ой, я сама чё отключила? One person show their some kind of like gestures, and we're trying to find out what this person is showing, trying to read their body language, okay? Let's start. Ranjan, can you switch on your camera and show some of your emotion, maybe what you're feeling now? Okay, guys, what you can tell about her?
Mm.
What her body language tells about her?
She's nervous.
It says that she's nervous.
I think it's like self-shooting behavior.
Self.
Yes.
Okay,
Like-
got it. She's
She
getting nervous.
touched her like neck and mouth to like used to make yourself feel better, maybe.
Got it. Does it right, Ranjan?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Aidana, can you switch on your camera and show some your emotions? Aidana, are you here? Are you with us? Oh, it's cool. We know your face now. We see that one. What can you tell looking at your body language?
I think it's self-soothing too. Yeah. Or is showing stress.
Yeah, is it right? You're getting stressed because you're showing on your camera? Yeah, okay, got it. Ajar, can you switch on your camera?
Just I can switch my camera. One minute.
Okay, Nazirke.
I can show any body language.
You can switch on your camera?
No, I can.
What does it mean, guys? Please read her body language. Yeah. Ranjan, Aidana.
She's looking toward.
And
She's bored.
you think that she's bored. Aidana, what's your point of view?
She often fixed her hair and maybe she tried to look better.
She what? Wants look better?
Try to get right express.
Oh,
Yeah,
perception.
perception management, yeah? So,
Yes.
trying to control what people see, yeah? Is it right, Nazirke?
Yes.
Okay, got it. So here we find out about some video about body language. We're trying to just practice it. Now let's go to the next part. How are you feeling now? Are you good at? Okay.
Yes.
Let's work with the vocabulary words from here, right? When she crossed her arms and looked away, her something showed she was upset. What does it mean? Her.
Miss Sina, can you accept Ajar? Is she on archive?
Now let's look at my screen. What does it mean? When she crossed her arms and looked away, her something showed she was upset. Her what? Do you know? Okay, I will give you as a home task because you can watch the video again and write down the words from here, okay? So
Okay.
now let's move on to the next part. We will try to where we do the group discussions. Can you listen again without subtitles, the video, and say you understand it or not? Because first time I was just switched on the subtitles. Now I'm going to switch off and just I'll put and ask you, you will say what you understand it, okay?
Okay, let's go.
Ajar, please, are you here? Ajar?
Yes.
The person that is in front of you, this isn't to block them out, it's actually to self-soothe. Because in essence, it's a self-hug. When you're sitting at a movie and you're watching, you're going to cross your arms. You're
What he told?
About crossing arms.
Yeah, does it mean what?
It's like self-hug.
Got it. Next one. Nazirke?
Espionage work is often nowhere near what we see in movies. And in one of the cases, we had information from another country saying, you have an American we think is actually a mole who somehow entered the United States, is able to pass as an American, but he's here working for a hostile intelligence service. And just fortuitously, he was videographed coming out of a flower shop. We're looking at the video, and everybody in our small unit, we were saying, well, there's not much there. You know, he's coming out of the shop, getting in his car. And I said, stop the film right there. Just as he came out of the shop, he took the flowers, and most Americans tend to hold the flowers by the stalk so that the flowers are up. This individual took them and grabbed the stalk and then held the flowers so that they were facing down. And I said, that's how they carry flowers in Eastern Europe. Rather than confront...
What did you get?
We can know which culture of the people because most of Americans took the flowers up. Some your person take it, look it down.
So you understand everything what he told, right?
Yes.
Miss Sina, can I ask what is mole means there?
The mole, it's kind of like Anne's house, I guess. This one. Is there any?
Because we use a mole in chemistry. And was upset.
Это же типа как это, да? Как құрт деп аударасыңдар ма? Мол деген, да?
Моль.
Ага. Но здесь два значения. Получается, это моль переводится, это переводится как шпион, это переводится как стукач, и еще как родинка.
Okay.
There are several meanings. You see? Так, дальше. Кто будет?
родинканы birthmark емес, мол десек те болмаса.
Да, можно так сказать. Так, Ажар, you ready? You didn't
Yes.
answer, I guess. Yeah?
What
Да!
Ажар, you didn't answer, right?
Ты чего на меня таращишься? Охрана!
How?
Ты же не
our lips
отвечала, да?
look like. And we tend to
Отвечала.
press them.
Нет, ты первый же ответила же, да?
Да.
Жан-Жан тогда.
When something bothers us, when something really bothers us, we tend to suck them in, the mandibula, and look at the cheeks. We may do something like this. We'll rub our tongue against the inside of the cheek. But when we try to hide it, then it tells me that this person is trying to do some perception management. And if they are, I want to know why. At the neck, I want to see if there's any head tilt, because head tilt, the person is more relaxed. The minute the head tilt goes away, there's usually some issue. I'm looking at the shoulders. You ask somebody a question and they don't know, both shoulders shoot up very quickly.
What did you get, Жан-Жан?
So here is perception management or management, yes. About cheeks, we're rolling our как будет язык?
Tongue.
We're rolling our tongue inside of cheeks, and about neck, we're relaxed, and when we're moving with our necks, and the important thing is our shoulders, showing us everything, and that's
Got it, okay. Next one, the last one. Who left? Aidana, you ready? Aidana, you answered. No? Aidana, your turn. You ready? Aidana?
Yes.
Not about making judgments. It's about assessing what is this person transmitting in that moment. It really is looking at an individual and saying, what are they transmitting? We're all transmitting at all times. We choose the clothes that we wear, how we groom ourselves, how we dress, but also how do we carry ourselves? Are we coming to the office on this particular day with a lot of energy, or are we coming in with a different sort of pace? And what we look for are differences in behavior down to the minutia of what.
What did you understand?
Every time we try to show ourselves to expression by the clothing and like hands and other body languages, and this these criteria can show everything about the person.
Okay, got it. Now, without subtitles, you can hear, you understand everything, right? Yes? Guys, everything is clear for you? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay, we have two options of homework. The first one is like a short, you need to write a short essay, the importance of body language in communication. So here you will start from introduction, just paraphrasing and saying your opinion, like what do you think it's important or not. Then you will say your arguments, argument 1, argument maybe 2, then you will write your conclusion. There are 4 paragraphs, 150 words. They're telling just your opinion about importance of body language in communication. It's clear for you? Yeah?
Yes.
Option 2, it's like additional if you want. You can just observe the conversation in movie or maybe in real life and note down the instance of body language, interpreting their possible meanings. For example, yesterday I watched the serial about dorama where the 2 people sitting, and here I say that the man is, putting his lips, and means that he was in tension, he was very stressed and uncomfortable there. Also, the woman was putting his feet here and there and showing that she's a little bit not confident and wants more distance. You can show, or maybe you can show kind of like a screenshots and saying, oh, look at this person doing this one, look at this person doing that one. This is option 2. You got it? Yeah?
Yeah.
This is your home tasks, option 1 and 2. Before we will say about this one, I want to ask you some questions. Regarding in your real life, did you have a situations in your real life that you understand this person is lying? How you understand the person is lying?
He's blinking slowly
Mm-hmm.
and demonstrating that he's not lying. Is first, and second, he is trying to move with his hands and втюриться в доверие.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So to how to say, доверие это trust, yeah? So to be trustworthy, это получить доверие, да? Trustworthy. Got it. Nazirke, did you have a situations that you find out the person is lying? Just, I don't know, with your intuition, with your inner voice or something like that?
I have a situation when my classmates are lying. I noticed it because he started to fast move his eyes, and his voice is менялся.
Change it.
Yes, change it.
Got it. Aidana, did you have any situations in your real life?
Yes, often when energetic person is like he start he tell everything with poker face and nothing doing nothing when and it's not suitable for him.
Ajar, how about you? You told the story about from film or video that you watched. Is it in your real life?
In real life, yes. Like when they avoid the eyes contact and change the voice, and also like self-shooting behaviors when they're touching their face around the mouth and something like this.
Got it. So before watching this body language, you already know about body language, right? It's cool.
Yes.
But I want to ask you one more question. It's about, when you are getting nervous or angry, or are you getting tension, but you are in public, how you hide your emotions, or you try to hide your emotions, or you splitting your emotion. How do you do the perception management? What other people see you? For example, maybe you are going to do the kind of public speaking in front of a lot of people. You are nervous. How you do the perception management? Or maybe you are in a classroom, you're getting angry, but you can't show it's not that place. How do you do this type of management?
I don't know. I didn't have situations like that, but I think I will show my как там не недоверие или как?
Yeah,
Yes.
that you are not trusting.
Yeah. Нет, недовольство, вот.
Not satisfaction. Satisfaction.
Satisfaction. I will show it when I need to.
So
What-
you're showing with your body language, or you're saying, expressing with words?
In body language.
Got it. How about you girls? Maybe you had a kind of like a conflict with your parents and you are very angry, but you can't show them because it's not maybe
For me,
right way.
like, it's very hard to uh, show my angry for in public, and I try to hide this. And not only like angry for my nervous and something like this, I try like my voice changed firstly, and secondly I touch my clothes, my t-shirt and something like this, and I try to hide my hands, and when I also nervous and angry, I always bite my lips. So, yeah.
Nazirke, Aidana, did you have a kind of like a perception management? You trying to manage your emotions or your body?
I try to manage my emotion, but in most situation, like when I write some exam, I want to hide my stressful, but I started to shake my hands or hand on my hand, and on most of situation, I press my lips.
Yeah.
Aidana? Aidana, do you want to add something?
He's like that, like bite my lips or cover my body with by touching the hips when I'm nervous.
Got it. Okay. You know, today more about your body languages. So from today, I guess you can be conscious et осознанным about your body languages. For example, why you are putting your hands on your mouth, why you are putting your arms. This is a means, you know, the meaning of this one, right? And you are hiding what you are doing, yeah? So it will help you. Can you tell me what was interesting from today's lesson? What was new for you? What was useful to you?
Everything was interesting. I think new thing was for me is the names of our действия, actions. So
Okay.
interesting.
What impressed you? What was a new? What was a really exciting about today's lesson? Yeah, guys, please share.
Everything was exciting for me, about self-shooting behavior and like arms akimbo was very interesting. And
Okay.
yeah, and
For me was
Nazirke?
for me was interesting watching a video and now something new about our body language and name it our action like
Aidana?
self
Yeah, self. Yeah, you can continue.
like self behaving and
Aidana, how about you?
It was a mostly interesting to watch a video and now some body language tips.
Хорошо. Do you like this type of lesson, right? Yes?
yes,
We will
Yes.
keep continue it. But you know, I have sent you before the class.
Yes.
So it means that you need to watch before the class and become prepared to the class. So in that case, we don't spend more time on watching, because listening is one of the passive skills. Why we need to watch this type of videos? First of all, I will show you with subtitles that you write down new words and you get a new vocabulary. Then we switch on without. This means that we are checking how our listening is improved or not. Yeah, this type of things, it helps to you to improve your listening. I suggest you to watch the video. Who didn't watch until the end, watch the fully video. If you have a chance with subtitles, then without subtitles, just checking how much percent you understand this video, right? The second one is when I ask you, please watch the video before the class, you have to do it, because you know, someone watched, someone didn't watch. It makes me feel a little bit tension, because it's you know, just a little bit ruining my plan, what I prepared for our lesson plan. Okay, so I kindly ask you, next time, do the homework if I did one before the class. Okay. So, as a logically ending of our lesson, your home task is that I send you. There are two options. You can do both of them. It will be helpful you. Presentation showing that you are expert and you watched fully the video and you can use the skill, or writing the essay. It's improving your writing skills. Okay. So thank you very much. See you next time. Bye-bye.